Oh, speaking of cooming, you guys wanna see a sneak preview of the new emote? Here, check this out. This is the new emote. I'm previewing it. This is my Discord server. You should join, by the way. But like, this is it. This is swim coom. Yeah. No, it's pretty fucking cursed, isn't it? I bet you wish you hadn't seen that. Don't you? Yeah, you do. That's what you fucking get. I'm just listening to this stream while playing the game, and goddamn Swim, you making me so horny with these chewing sounds. Alright. Ruined Aurelia cards. Ruined Karma? Oh yeah, dude. I'd fucking ruin Karma. Let's go! Here we go. It's blurry like always at the start. Jesus Christ, Twitter, please. 7 mana, 7/6 Shadow Isles, epic card. Invasive Hydravine. Oh my god. When I'm summoned or round start, summon an encroaching mist. Whoa. Okay, so really slow encroaching mist engine. Might be a little too slow. I was hoping that would be like another Snapvine. Then we've got a spell. 5 mana, slow speed, Shadow Isle spell. Drain 2 from 2 enemies. So it's a total heal 4, deal 4, and it hits 2 different enemies. This is actually kind of interesting. I mean, it's slow speed, and don't get me wrong, slow speed is like pretty awkward in general. It can work pretty well with some like kegs. At the end of the day, like slow speed is usually pretty awkward for spells. Draining is kind of powerful, and when you do have the opportunity to work with kegs, I could actually maybe see this like seeing a bit more play. I mean, don't get me wrong, slow speed in general isn't great, but that one seems better than most slow speed spells. Like, it actually doesn't look bad, guys. All right, then we've got, who the hell is this? It's one of the skins. I should know this. One of the ruined guys. Who Thresh? What? That Thresh? I guess that's before he, you know, went all like ghostly. I guess that's supposed to be Thresh. Okay. Ah, yeah, no, I see it now. Yeah, I got there. All right. So we've got ruined Thresh, which isn't Thresh like already ruined? Isn't that like his entire point? Why are we like, I thought it was supposed to be like ruined things versus the Sentinel guys, and the ruined guys used to be good guys, but then they got like mind controls. Wasn't Thresh just like the original asshole? Wasn't that his whole thing? He's reverse ruined. yeah, all right. So overall, these two, I don't think there's a ton to break down here. Withering Mist, like I said, it's slow speed, and don't get me wrong, usually with any slow speed spell, usually it's like it's probably not going to see play because, you know, slow speed and spells are not two things that work very well together. In this case, it actually has some unique opportunities to hit like some kinds of things, and draining is pretty powerful, right? Like the ability to just like heal while you're, you know, damaging is pretty huge, and it does have some keg opportunities, like I was saying. Then we've got the Invasive Hydravine, which for 7 mana, I don't think this one feels like it would have to be too slow. The encroaching mists do get kind of scary. I could actually see this. I mean, we have no idea how like Viego style decks are going to be built right now, but I could maybe kind of see this as like a one of in those styles of decks in a slower meta. But overall, very slow card. Then we've got, let me go over yesterday's as well, which were pretty exciting. These ones are, there we go. That's much better.
But hot.
But hot. No, okay. Yesterday's reveals, these are pretty sweet. Defective Swapbot, 4 mana 4/3, swap my stats with another unit. This is a pretty cool one. The main function of this is to be used on enemy units. So if the opponent plays a big boy like Nasus or Tryndamere, or, you know, a big like Field Rush, or, you know, some kind of big boy. You guys know about big boys. If the opponent plays a big boy, then you just swap stats with it with Swapbot. I mean, this goes on the stack, so it's disruptible, but usually the kind of decks that like play those don't really have the ability to disrupt it on the same turn. And on top of that, it's in PNZ, and it's kind of like pseudo hard removal, which PNZ doesn't really have access to, which is kind of cute. It also has, I mean, it's really unique because you can use it to swap stats with your own units, which means you can do some gimmicky shit. You can like buff some things with Swapbot, and you can use it sort of like a Laurent Bladekeeper in some kinds of decks. Overall, it's a very, very kind of like specific and gimmicky card, but because it has a really, really unique effect, I'm glad that this is in the card pool. Like, I don't know if like I'll think of something cool to do with it, but I know that at the very least, there will eventually be some way to use this, no matter what, even if it's not right now, just because it has such a unique effect. All right, we've got, this is just his swap skill. And then the other card is Frightened Ibex. 1 mana 1/2 Targon. When I'm supported, give me and my supporting ally +1/+1 this round, which is in theory really powerful. Card is pretty great for any sort of like support archetype. It's yeah, no, pretty bonkers. The fact that it's in Targon is a little bit awkward. And the reason why is because it's kind of trying to be a little bit more of like a Lulu support card. I think Lulu and Taric are very different cards that want two very different decks. Like a lot of people, you know, when you first look at them, they both say the word support on them. So you might try to build them in a deck together. But at the end of the day, I mean, you don't want that many support cards anyway. Like you both have access to enough support cards in Taric deck without needing Ionia, and in Lulu deck without needing Targon. And also, they just want your deck to go in different directions, right? Like Lulu wants you to build like really, really early cheap challengers. Taric wants you to build like more into like some amounts of spells and some amounts of like mid-game bulk up. So very, very different kinds of deck building incentives. And Ibex kind of wants to be a bit more of a Lulu card, but it's in Targon. So the question is Ibex powerful enough to actually make you want to build Lulu and Taric together? It's possible. It's definitely not impossible. But overall, I think Ibex actually has more of a chance of hitting like a Taric style deck than a Lulu style deck. Overall, it's a sweet card. It's basically like a better Flower Child, except it's in Targon. All right. And then we've got Sentinel Diana. Oh yeah, Sentinel Diana. All right, and that's it. Those are the 4 reveals. So there's not a ton to break down about these ones in the last days, but for the most part, very excited. We are getting the new cards all on Wednesday. That is literally 3 days from now. 3 days from now, we are getting all these new cards, including the 2 new champions. And this is just after our current expansion, which is perfect. It's a great time to be a Legends of Runeterra player. That's the one thing I'm sure we can all agree on.